Yeah, over the weekend. And I didn't want to talk about it at all, but I did have some thoughts. So, as some people know, and yeah, I'll talk about it here, just because there's that crossover. There's the uh, yeah, the Ben Askren Jake Paul. So that there's crossover because obviously Ben Askren comes from MMA. Two organization champion, fucking like two-time NCAA champion, like fucking incredible, like Olympic level wrestler, Olympian, etc. And then Jake Paul's fucking on rich kid on YouTube. That he's a pro boxer now. So I mean he's 3-0, three knockouts. All right, so people are saying. So this is the only thing I want to. Because people keep saying, they're like saying that it was fake, saying that Ben Askren like took a dive, which I disagree with. Because if you look, and there's one angle, I don't know, find the fucking thing. There's one angle where where he falls when. So I mean, so Jake throws. He's throwing. He's jabbing to the body. He sets up the combo well. He's jabbing to the body. He goes low, goes high, goes low, go high. Throws jabs to the body, then goes to the head, then the body, then head. So then and I think the sequence before when he knocks him out or knocks him down, he throws a to the jab to the head. Ben comes up, and he's like he comes up and he turns and he drops his left hand. So he like kind of blocks the jab, and he's turning and he drops his left hand, and then that's when Jake Paul throws the right cross. So it's like so he throws jab, and then the cross comes right because Ben's hands went up, so catches him clean. You see, it's not. He hit him. Like Ben got hit in the head and he fell down. Like you don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how people like looking at that. Well, I do understand how people looking at that could think it was faked, I guess. But if you look at, you can't. That's what it looks like when you get punched in the fucking head and fall down. So if it were to be a setup, if I were to concede that it's a setup, then in order for that to have been a setup, it's basically, how do I word it? It's like all right. I'm gonna use this one. This is extreme, and then maybe I'll walk it back. It's like if you were shooting a movie and you didn't use blanks, and they were shooting real bullets, and they're like, all right, we're gonna hit you. We're just gonna wing you. We're just gonna clip you. We're just gonna shoot you. We're gonna hit you in the arm, because we need it to look real. And they're like, oh, okay. And they're like, can we use squibs? I'm like, no. People will be able to tell. A lot of people are looking. We got to really do it. It's like, all right, if you really got to shoot me, I guess so. That's kind of what it'd be like. Because that was a real fucking setup. And they would have had, and it's kind of like they would have also had to rehearse in a way. Unless, or even it would have to be like, Ben would have to be like, all right, yeah, I'm actually going to just get knocked out. I'm going to drop my hands and let this dude punch me as hard as he can straight in my fucking dome. And I don't know. That's not what I saw. It could be. I could be wrong. But that's not what I saw was fucking Jake Paul actually did it. He good basics. Fucking and he brought and oh, this is the other thing too. And I don't know why I didn't think about this going into it. Because I guess a lot of we're just heavy on thinking about Askren, like, oh yeah, he's an Olympian, he's gonna put in all this effort, and he'll be able to, try to like to just continue pressuring Jake and hang on him and wear him out and drag him, into like the later rounds and maybe knock him out or wear him out in the later rounds. So I was thinking about that so much, but looking back, and then said, "Oh yeah, he was a champion, in ONE FC and in Bellator. So he was fucking, but he's the welterweight champion. Boom, that's where it is right there. Because then afterwards, I was thinking, I was like, because then also when I saw him at the weigh-ins, I was like, maybe he's trolling us. He's pushing his belly out, like trying to look fatter. But then when he was in the ring, he like had, you could see his fucking rolls, and I was like, damn, he must like trying to compete with Daniel Cormier for daddest man on the planet. No disrespect to DC, but come on, man, you do. You are an inspiration for all of us with the dad bods. I mean, fucking 2 division champion, Olympic wrestler with that body. It's like, hey, we can do it too, kind of thing. But no. I mean, no for anybody else. Him, he's like, that's why Daniel Cormier is the daddest man on the planet. But anyway, so I was looking at Ben's body and I was like, ugh, why does he look like me? Why does his body look like mine? And then I was thinking, yeah, he was the welterweight champ, which is 170 pounds. And then people are showing videos of like him getting on the ground, getting punched in the head by Robbie Lawler. They're like, are you telling me that he can get fucking punched in the head multiple times by these killers, but and not go out? But then this little bitch just touches him and he falls down. Oh no, it's fake. It's a work. It's a fake. Blah blah blah. It's like, no. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I didn't think about it before. He's fighting dudes at 170 pounds. And Jake Paul weighed 190 pounds for this fight, I think he cuts and he's look at him, he's shredded, and I think he cuts down to 190. So he's probably like, I don't know, 200 pounds usually, around 200, and then cuts down maybe more, but not much more. So, but he's not a welterweight. He's not 170 pound, a dude that fights at 170 pounds. So Ben Askren is basically going up more than one weight class, because so if it was an MMA, he's fighting at 170. If he goes up to middleweight, he's at fighting dudes at 185. And then Jake Paul weighed in at 190. I think they both weighed in at 190, but so Jake Paul weighs in at 190. So Ben is fighting at a weight class plus above. So almost like getting close to 2 weight classes above himself. Or what he's always fought at, and he can't wrestle, which is what he did. What was his success in MMA? So you're taking him into almost 2 weight classes up. So taking him to guys that are gonna. That's yeah. Like thinking about you look at what we just saw. Izzy Adesanya fight Jan Blachowicz. So Izzy fights at 185. He's a middleweight king. He goes up to light heavyweight, 205, and then, but I mean Jan was more than that. But anyway, so he goes up a weight class, which is like a weight class plus up, and he's like maybe the best striker in the world right now. That I want to say that. I want it to be true, so I say it. But he's fucking an elite level striker, and he hung in there. He went to decision with Blachowicz. But he's a striker. And what Blachowicz did, he wrestled him. Yeah, that's how he beat him. So then with Ben, he's going up, and he's not a great striker, and he can't wrestle. And he's fighting a kid that's 12 years younger than him. 20 pounds, like in shape heavier than him, not I got fat to make weight. And so like looking back, it's I think we all just wanted him to win so badly. But I think he could have. I don't think he tried that hard. That's the part that I will say maybe is I don't think he was paid to fucking fall. I do think he was paid better than he's ever been paid for any fight, and he's like, and it's not like the UFC where he's like, oh, you get your win bonus. It's like, as long as you show up, you're getting paid. So I don't think he put in the work. He for sure did not put in the work that he would have or he has in the past. He's also coming off 2 hip surgeries. So all these things, like the more I say it, it's like, gosh damn, that Jake Paul, all right, he's got something. I mean, he's got hands. God, we can't deny it. he has some hands. I mean, if he fights a real boxer, then he's gonna get his ass whooped. But and that's the other part. That's the other part of it. His fucking genius in picking his opponents, picking the opponents, and promoting the fight. Genius there. Like the trouble he's gonna get into is like fucking with real fighters now, though. So now it's real interesting. I saw he called out fucking Diaz, Nate Diaz. Come on. And my first after Ben got knocked out, I was like, gosh damn. I was like, no more fucking MMA guys fight this. No one, anyone below middleweight, don't even fucking. I was like, because that's when I thought about it too. I was like, oh, of course, Ben's been a fucking middleweight or welterweight. He's fought at 170. He's fighting a dude at 190. A dude that's in shape at 190, and Ben's fat at 190, and he's old, and he's and he only wrestles. It's like, but if it had been an MMA match, oh, he would have murdered him. Ben would have choked his fucking ass out. Oh, but that's the genius of it. That's the genius of it. He figured out. He's like the dude. Fuck, what are those? There's these old stories. Is it Musashi? Maybe it's Musashi. I can't remember. In Book of Five Rings. I don't remember if it's him or there's another dude who fights. So he goes and he fights like different dudes, like duels to the death. Like the guy, I guess he's like a swordsman in my mind. I can't remember if it's Musashi or not. But anyways, if it's a story I'm making up in my head right now, it's the moral of it is gonna still stand. So it's like a dude who finds he's like a famous swordsman and he like has to challenge to a duel. Like so he goes and there's like a dude that's like famous with like a bow staff. Like he's the best bow staff fighter in the world. And then the swordsman figures out a way because he's like no one can beat this guy if he has a bow staff in his hands. So he figures out how to like get around it or to like egg the guy on. Basically figures out all the other things he needs to do to not engage in a fight where it's basically he takes away that guy's advantage because he's like he knows he has the bow, so he's like I gotta negate that, and he does that to like different the guy that fights with a bow staff, guy that fights with a spear, guy that's like an archer, and he defeats them all, and they're all the best at whatever their craft is, but he figures out a way to negate their strength and turn it against them, and that's what fucking we can't deny that Jake Paul and his team like fucking they're world class at that. They did it. They've done it two times. The first one I don't think really counts, but 2 times. So it'll be real. Fucking, I did not want to, I wanted this guy to be done so I don't have to pay attention to him anymore. But now he's got my fucking interest. He's got my fucking interest, and I didn't want it. He got me. He fucking got me. Cause, yeah, he's taking it's because he does have like a huge fan base. So I mean, I don't know if he's like it's not like. Yeah, it's not a heel. He's not like in a heel role, but the other thing about it too is if he does fail, oh, it's going to be epic. So it's going to be that like delayed, what do you call it? Like where you delay short-term consequences and then they compound over time, kind of like the same thing like with when Conor was coming up and he's like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, because it was like if he didn't, because he was like I'm gonna be the number one I'm gonna be the champ, then I'm gonna be the champ, and then he was like saying all but everything he was like boom boom, and how he was doing it, everyone's like oh shit yeah, and then like fucking riding that rocket until you don't do what you say you're gonna do, then it's like. And then you got to see if you can come back, which looks like Conor is. But anyways, yeah, gosh damn that motherfucker. But yeah, just want to talk about because I don't know, even like one of my buddies, Ethan, who like I said he's a casual fan. He'll watch, he watches the fights when he comes over, or he'll look at clips and shit that I send him. So this thing is kind of like, because it's not real boxing, and it's not. I mean, it is sanctioned professional boxing, but it's. Oh, Frank! I gotta shout out Frank Mir too. Like, good for him, man. That was good to see him. that was really cool. He's like what 44 or something. And it was cool to see his daughter was cornering him. She's a pro MMA. She's a beast. She's like I think she's a wrestler. Can't remember what she's won as a wrestler, but she's a fucking beast. So it'll be exciting to see where her career goes. But it was cool. And Frank Mir also talks about it. If you don't know Frank Mir, fucking legend of MMA. Just breaking people's bones. Just like taking people, like breaking people's feet. Like incredible. Yeah, he's one of the few, I think, heavyweight. I mean, he's former champ when he was in the UFC, but he's one of the. I think there's only like 3 UFC heavyweights that have, I think, submitted someone in. I think it's like their debut or something like that, in their UFC debut or something. There's like 3. There's like him. Fuck, I can't remember. And then another guy from back then. Fuck. I'm seeing his face, but I can't think of his fucking name. Matt. Fuck off the gosh damn, I'm an idiot. And no, I'm blanking on the kid that just did it recently too. But either way, Frank Mir, fucking legend of the sport, pioneer. Even you can say. Well, I mean he is. And so he went out and he boxed the dude. I don't know his name. Jeremy something, but he's a pro boxer and blah blah blah. But he went all 8 rounds. He even I think won one of the rounds. Frank Mir did. I was like, fuck, I hope he knocks him out. I was like, he's not winning unless he knocks him out. But you know what I mean? He got in there with a fucking. That was his first pro fight too. So he got in there with a pro box, younger guy. Fucking dude was shredded too. But anyways, just wanted to say I forgot about. Or wanted to point out that shout out to Frank Mir for doing that too. But also that fight. So this whole Triller promotion. Maybe it's the new thing. Maybe it's the future. Maybe all of us are just behind. You know, we're all late adopters. We're all still wanting to ride the horse and buggy. And we're mad at the Model T. So you know what I mean. Maybe we just don't have the vision for it. So it's basically, if you were smart. Not like me, and you didn't pay for it. And you either streamed it or you just didn't watch it. Cause I was watching both. I was watching and I can't even say watching. I thought it was gonna be like difficult to watch both, to watch the Triller card and the UFC card at the same time. No, I even made a great meme that I was gonna fucking put out. It was like with a GIF of Ryan Reynolds of Deadpool, and where he's like. Or he's like that, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to watch all these fights be like, or something like that. Man, that was a good one. It was the first time I'm able to make my own GIF meme. Fuck, I was excited to put that out. But then I was like, so I had the Triller card on my phone, then I was watching UFC on TV. And most of the Triller card is like fucking just concerts, like musical performances. I'm like, the fuck? It's 2005. Why am I watching a concert on fucking TV? Like that was cool when DVDs were out. Cause I remember I bought concert. I remember Up in Smoke tour. Like it was cool back then, but now you can watch all this shit on YouTube. And I mean, hey, I don't want to like shit on people getting money. Like good for them. But as part of a fight card, it's like filler space, you know? So I mean maybe it is drawing eyes. You know what I mean? I'm not their demographic in the first place. And the only reason I watched it was because I thought Ben Askren was going to win. And then also it helped that they got me also because Frank Mir was on there. And I was like, it's good to see. I wanted to see that. But the other fights, like, come on. Like, I'm going to talk about it. Fuck it. Oh, shit, I'm over an hour. All right, I'm gonna cut it off here in a second. But anyway, so I'm looking at it, and so this is how it works. So I think there's like 5 fights total. The very first one is like that dude Raycon, and I can't remember the other guy, but it's like, so it's like you have one guy in there that's really trying to box, who's like an older guy. I guess he's trying to get back into boxing. And he's really trying to do it. And then you got this dude Raycon, who's just like, he was running away the whole time, and then he sits down at like the first or second round. He just doesn't get up off the bench. He's just like, no, I'm done. it's this is the thing that annoys the shit out of me. And I'm a 100% casual when it comes to boxing. Like I've bought fights. I bought Mayweather fights and Pacquiao fights, and that's about it. And then, like, when I was a little kid, everyone knew who Mike Tyson was, but we weren't allowed to watch TV on Sunday, so I never saw any of the fights. Like we never had pay-per-views or anything. But this is so and then now I do watch BKFC. BKFC. I want some KFC, but Popeyes, or Louisiana, or what's it called? No, yeah, that is Popeyes. But anyways, so then I watch BKFC too, and like I said, I'm complete minimal amount of boxing I've watched, but I feel like the boxing that I have watched, people quit all the time, because it's like they get knocked down and then it's over, or they just like they have a chance to be like, oof. I don't think I want to. I don't want to do this anymore. And they like quit, and they're just like, "Yep, it's over." And I'm watching that. And I'm like, because like in MMA, if you get knocked down, you still got to defend yourself. Because like now you're on the ground. Oh, your opponent's coming to the ground. They're gonna fucking ground and pound you. Or if it's ONE FC, they're gonna fucking knee you in the head. So it's like the fight's not over just because you fell down or because you got tired. Like the fight is only over, like because in MMA, if you quit, you're gonna get your fucking head caved in. Like you have to fight to the bell, or get submitted. Or, you know what I mean? Like there's not that space for like to just be like, oh yeah, I guess it's over. Unless you're in that like weird situation of an illegal strike, which did also happen. Fuck. I guess I'm gonna end up talking about all this shit anyways. All right, so maybe I'll cut this into two. So that's been, I don't know. That's my casual observation of fucking boxing is. So it feels like I've seen so many people, they just quit in the middle. It's like you can quit on a stool. Like that blows my mind. Like to me, in my stupid head, I think like it would be better to get knocked out like Ben Askren than to quit on a stool. Cause like, I don't know. For me, that's just my mindset of fighting. Is obviously I've never fought as a professional. I've never been in an amateur competition. All I've done is fucking just gotten in like fucking backyard fights, street fights, bar fight, like just stupid shit, like or friend fights, or fucking just fucking around at gyms or whatever. You know what I mean? Just stupid. Like I've never competed at that level in that way. So of course everything I'm saying is worthless bullshit. But me expressing my opinion and my observation of it, it's just crazy to me that there's so many, that there's just like, it's kind of like this just option to quit in the fight. Because for me, and also when any fight I've ever been, I always think about it in terms of, I mean, because sometimes there have been ones where it's like, yep, I'm about to get murdered. Like, it's like I have to fight my way out of here. Like, it's like I can't be like, oh, you know what? Let's time out, guys. I'm sorry, my bad. I want to leave now. I've changed my mind. It's like, nope. I got myself into this. It's like I gotta fucking get the fuck out of here, or Robo show up and save me, or something like that. But it's like there's no quitting unless you're ready to die. And to me, it's like, and I get it, it's sport, whatever, but it's still fighting. It's like, and also I guess they're all like an example of like BKFC for sure. I don't think they're getting paid a lot of money, so I can't even imagine. I don't know what they like, especially like the brand new people or lower people. What are they getting, like $2,000, man? I don't know. I need to look it up. I bet some of them probably get paid like a fucking like $1,000 maybe to fucking bare knuckle box each other. So I mean, I get it, but also it's like, and then also maybe it hasn't just been around long enough. But also, like I said, it's not just BKFC. That's just the one I've watched more of. But I feel like I've watched there's been boxing, and then also I guess I can't compare all boxing to fucking the Triller show. But I have watched some other boxing, but there have been times when I've seen people quit on the stool, and it just blows my mind that that's an option or that's a thing. Um, but like I said, that's just my complete fucking nobody casual opinion coming from a mindset of like being in the Marines and then being an idiot that would fight people at parties just because I was like that one time because that kid couldn't. He was Filipino, but he couldn't speak Tagalog, so I just teased him until we got in a fight. So yeah, that's who I am, or that's who I have been in the past. So that's I guess I can't say enough that I'm just an idiot, but it just blows my mind about that. So basically Raycon, he quits on the stool. And I was like, he's not even getting tagged. It's like, but whatever. It's not me in there. You know what I mean? He's the one in there, so I can't say anything against it. He did it. I didn't. But sometimes I wish I was like rich or notable enough just so I can like fight people like that. Just because just so I can know for myself. But so I'd be like, oh shit, maybe he was right. I should have quit on the stool. But I can talk shit from the safety of my chair and microphone, I guess. But good on him. Like I said, he went out there and did it. I wasn't there, so. And then there was 5. I think that was the first one, and then there was like concerts in between. So it was easy. There wasn't any conflict in between watching fights until the Frank Mir and then the Ben Askren Jake Paul fight. Those were the only two that there was any kind of overlap. This is a thing. Well, I guess I can't give credit to Triller. Credit to Fight, because that's Fight, the app that the fights are FITE, if you don't know. Fights are the pay-per-view was through and whatnot. They have other like boxing and shit. They have all kinds of fights and shit through there. I think BKFC might have even did it before. But anyways, the point of it is, so their app compared to ESPN and compared to UFC Fight Pass, their the GUI, their fucking interface. There we go. That's the word. Their interface, superior. Fucking blows it away. Like ESPN, what the fuck are you doing? A lot of times it fucking lags or it fucking chunks pop out. It's a fucking pain in the ass, and you also even like fast forwarding or rewinding or pausing. It's like real difficult to do with in the Fight app. Fucking beautiful. Like the play buffers for like 1 second, thing pops up, it starts playing. I can pause it if I go out of the app because I was taking a salt bath soak. I hurt my feet. I meant to say, by the way, my legs hurt. Shout out Robo. So I started watching the fights from the bathtub, and I was switching back and forth from the Fight app to ESPN or ESPN Plus or whatever it is. So when I would exit out of Fight to go back to ESPN to watch it on ESPN to watch the UFC, like the UFC thing, it would like buffer and restart, and I'd have to try to get back in, or sometimes I'd have to go back to the fucking main page. Then I can't get in from the main page. I have to go to ESPN Plus, and then from ESPN Plus, I have to go down, find UFC. Then I have to go into UFC, and then find the top thing. Then I can get into the fights. Then I can watch the fights. Then it'll load, and then it starts from whatever live point. Then if I switch back to fight, it paused, clear, and the resolution clear as fucking day. Beautiful, just 1 second buffering, pops right back to where it resumes wherever I was watching it before. And they have a button for you can go 30 seconds rewind or skip ahead 30 seconds forward. Or if you hit it 1-2 times, it'll skip a minute forward. Or if you hit 1-2-3, a minute and a half or backwards. So you can, it has that built-in function to skip forward or backwards by 30-second increments. And it's fucking it stays crystal clear. Or you can just touch the little scroll bar and run back and forth to where you want to. and it ran smoothly. Like no, like I would if I touched on one, then I scroll the bar over, then when I let go, starts playing perfectly right where it is. Or you can hit live, it takes you right back to live, or you can use the skips. So like when I was switching back and forth between ESPN and Fight, every time when I went to Fight, it was beautiful. Popped up, nothing I wanted to watch. It was just like fucking the music concerts most of the time, but it was fucking easy. UFC Fight Pass, and I'm not trying to talk shit on them. It's just I didn't realize, like I've been frustrated, but I didn't realize that there are other people doing the same shit, but fucking much better, or doing how do I say it? Their delivery of the product. Yeah, UFC and ESPN product much better, but the delivery Fight much better. Like if ESPN and ESPN had like it was so like I said, it's just so much easier. So anyway, when I get out of the tub and wash my old fat ass off, and so I'm watching UFC on the TV and then letting Triller play on the on my phone. It ran smooth. Oh yeah, so when it got to the Frank Mir fight, I could just hit pause. Then whatever fight was going on UFC was going on, and then when they went to like or when I went in between rounds or after a fight, then I could hit play again, and then I watched. So there wasn't any like real conflict between the fights, or between watching the fights until the Frank Mir one and then the Ben Askren one. Because I think Ben Askren, he actually got knocked out during, it was like the second round of the Whitaker Gastelum fight, which was wow, Rob, Bobby Knuckles. Debating UFC hot topics. Oh, also, yeah, UFC 261 coming up. But fuck, I'm at 121. All right, I'm gonna cut it off because that pretty much covers it.